This man, who calls himself Gad and doesn't want to be identified, has been coordinating protests on the streets of Bujumbura for more than 3 weeks. Here, a protester tells him some soldiers shot at them and shows him the bullet casings. Along with the demonstrators, he says President Pierre Nkurunziza should not run for a third term in next month's election because they say it's against the constitution. The president has said the protests must stop and many activists fear being arrested.
There are many protesters and some stay here all day, so we have to find them something to eat. Also, many have been injured. We try to take them for treatment.
Since a failed coup last week, there's been mostly soldiers on the streets and few police. Gad went to talk to these men about the shootings. There's an argument between two factions. The men from the larger group say they will not shoot at protesters, but the smaller group will.
They are ordering us to get off the street so they can fire at the citizens.
Gad reports this kind of information to more senior activists who coordinate protests across the city. He says there are more than 100 coordinators involved.
Even before the coup attempt, a lot of the activists that were organising these protests actually weren't out here on the streets, but instead coordinating things from hiding places. But since the coup leaders announced its failure, a lot of those activists we can't even get hold of at all. Their phones are off. We understand many have gone further into hiding or have fled the country.
We filmed this activist last week. He's normally a lawyer. He was organising demonstrations and meetings using 3 phones. He spoke in code because he thought his calls were tapped.
We need somebody to go and pour cold water. Maybe we can study on the issue later.
Since the failed coup, all his phones have been switched off. We also filmed Gad last week. He says he's not had time to do his normal job. But when he's not in the middle of protests, he's a dancer. He trained this troupe last year. He also does acting and comedy too. He says he hopes to get back to it soon. I asked him if he was worried about things out on the street getting worse.
Even the soldiers want to fight each other now, but this won't stop us. Those who see the truth will come and join in the struggle.
He seems unworried by the threat of more violence. Everything here feels less secure since the failed coup. But activists and protesters alike seem undeterred. Webb, Al Jazeera, Bujumbura.